Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. JoyToy again, and it's one of my favorite JoyToy lines there, Dark Source Jianghu. I probably like some of these more than the 40k stuff, because these are just so good. And they're not the only company making sort of a kung fu-ish, martial art-ish figures at the moment. We've also got the Dinus Tales. I'll put a link in the top right for the troops, and also a bit later on for the generals I reviewed for them, which are a lot cheaper and really good for the price, but not as detailed as the JoyToy Dark Source Jianghu stuff. There's also other bits and bobs you can buy from around. There's the water margin figures, but they're like 1/16. They're just massive in comparison. And there are, you can also get like the Marvel Universe ninjas and whatnot. All right, so let's have a look at this box. This is Zongshi 2, can't even pronounce that. Muai-En Siu, I believe. Probably gonna be wrong. Pretty good. This was actually only revealed not that long ago and released already. Looks like his knees are similar to his the Great Master of the Zongshi 2. Looks pretty cool there. On the back, we see that it comes with this sort of lantern, the satchel with the sheath for the knife, his knife, the little fox, and just another pair of alternate hands that's like gripping. But he looks so good in the poses. Really quite cool. I'm looking forward to this. Please support me on Patreon. It's free for 7 days and cancel anytime those 7 days. Will not cost you a penny. So it's worth checking out because you get to see everything first before it's published on YouTube. Sometimes 3 months plus early, believe it or not. It is actually true. I'm going to unbox this. I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. What a great figure with accessories. Really good. The only thing I haven't put in this shot, he comes with one pair of extra hands, and those are just closed fists. But really, he does look so good, and the accessories just make it. The having that knife, you can see in his hand there, but a bit hard to see at this angle, that goes into the little scabbard, the sheath on his little over-the-shoulder satchel is really good. The fact he can hold the lantern so nice, and the fact that the owl is so easy to grip and balance onto that sidebar is so good. And then the fox as well looks really quite nice. Now, it's a shame that there's no articulation in the bird or in the fox, but you know what? They just look so good together. So let's get a closer look. Let's start with the fox first. Very cool. Looks like one of those I'm something that changes into a fox and I might change back, or ghost or something. And it's like a two-tailed fox, so I'm not sure about Chinese mythology or three tails. Why a fox might have three tails. Is it 4 3 tails that I can see? That's a great looking fox figure. You can understand why it's not articulated having 3 tails, but maybe something the head could be done. I'll have a quick check, but nothing that I can see that moves. Okay, let's get a look at our main guy and the owl and everything else. Let's get the owl in there first. It just grips on and stays there so nice. And here's our guy. Decent head sculpt, face sculpt. Not too shocked. The lamp's not a bad paintwork. They could have done a bit better. Maybe a bit of white and blended in white to make like it's a bit brighter. The knife is nice. The sort of satchel that goes over his shoulder here is so good. That holds the knife. His cloak is there. See his really nice work on the slippers there. Does look good. Very nice, and nice details all around. So as I said, the knife can just be taken out, and it comes standard inside the little sheath, the little scabbard here. Very cool. Owl fell off then, but it just clips on with his little claws onto the sidebar on his little lamp. Take this off as well. Okay. Let's get a look at his articulation. So there's a left, right, down, and up. Really good down, has to be said. Up is okay. And a really nice side to side, which is good. Shoulders, be careful with this satchels, it will impede shoulders if it's a... There you go. Should go all the way around. Out to the sides, he's getting just over flat, which is good. Bicep bend is 90, which is nice. Hands on a joint, so you need to align the joint with the direction you want it to move. Then it will move, but you can turn it, the hand, you can move the joint. So that's pretty cool. He's got trunk. Forwards is good, backwards is pretty much non-existent. Side to side is small and you can turn. Waist, is there a waist? And there is a waist, but it's very stiff. And you get side to side from the waist and the trunk is really quite good. Forwards from both, the hips come into play, it's not bad. Backwards from both, it's pretty good. Then legs. Forwards, this is going to get in the way. Both sides, something gets in the way. Forwards is, it's not great. Backwards is small but okay. Sideways is pretty damn good. The opening up of the openings of the hips you can see. There is a thigh twist, double kneecap, and his knees are a little bit ugly. You can see some gaps there, but he does get well over 90 degrees on the actual bend there, which is nice. Foot, there is no turn, unfortunately. He does get an in and out swivel. He gets a small tippy toe. Well, not a bad tippy toe. He gets a pretty good dorsiflexation, but there's no toe articulation on him. But he does look really quite nice. I do like him. If I get his little dagger out again, sticking his right hand one more time. I'm not so keen on that big hilt on the dagger, but still it's okay. Get more of a combat pose going on. There we go. I'll stick him there. We have his little fox there, the owl. The owl it doesn't really stand up without the stick. It just sort of leans back. And then we have the Master of the Tomb for a little comparison. But I'm assuming these guys are on the same side, not the old side. But the Master seems a lot bigger than him. I'll have to put him upright, have a quick look at that and a quick measure. Let's have a quick measure. I'm going to do my size before my comparison. He does seem a bit on the small side. Maybe it's just because this Master guy is so bulky. No, about the same size, just that his head is the proportions are smaller than the other guys. Not quite to scale. So he is to the top of the head about 11, and this guy to the very top again is just over 11 because of his hair. His head looks slightly smaller on this new one. Very cool. How did I scale other stuff? Let me have a little look at a couple of figures. We've got him scaled with his with the Master there. Let's get him back in the semi sort of action pose. Very quick and easy to pose. And there they are facing off against what? Go a bit further away. Against a Fortnite wolf. A very hungry Fortnite wolf. They do scale well, they do look good. Even that Fortnite wolf, this is the new one. I'll put a link to the review in the top right for you. This is a new one that comes with a new dye as well. They do look good, and they do look quite nicely with that Fortnite wolf too, even though the Fortnite wolf's a bit cartoony. Another great addition to this Dark Souls Jianghu line, which I do like so much. It's got a lot of fans now, and getting more, because it's such great stuff and so unique, I guess, would be the best word, because not many companies are doing stuff like this, particularly in this scale. So it's really, really quite cool. And then just lastly, let's get this owl back on. So the owl can just literally just clip his feet on with a little push. There you go. Or he can slide his feet through the bar, then he'll stand up quite nicely. And then he can just hold this upright in his hand, which I will do now, and I'll be back in an instant. There we go. And he just looks fantastic. Very, very cool figure. Fantastic set. I think it looks great, but that's just my opinion. Maybe you agree, disagree, let me know in the comments. Okay, it's Awesome Toy signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, check out the Patreon, link in the video description below, along with discount codes from the better sellers, and you can find this toy on some of them as well. I will see you next video. Stay happy and keep collecting.